Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I hope that this mic is on. I think it is. I am so excited to get into this. I want to talk about Shelly and Olandria on Keke Palmer. I got some notes, so I'm gonna have to read off my notes, y'all, because I can't remember my notes. But the first thing I said is it's so weird how racist this country is. It's like it was founded on racism, obviously, but just the fact that it's just like they won't let up. Like the fact that racism is still such a heavy issue in this country, it's just like can we live? Like when is it ever like I think as a black person in America, like it comes to a point where it's just like you get tired. Like you absolutely get tired. I also think that the racism that the girls are experiencing is really rooted in jealousy. I think that there are a lot of women, not all, but a lot of women that of other races that have a jealousy towards black women. With Shelly getting a knuckle sandwich, with Shelly being her words being twisted around and her being made to look like the villain, Olandria being made to look like the villain. Like I think that a lot of it is rooted in strong jealousy, and not even jealousy. I'm gonna go to say envy. I think that is really rooted in envy. The envy that these black women came and just literally they just didn't have to do anything. The beauty that a lot of black women have. Look at the color of their skin, their features, their high cheekbones. Like a lot of women pay to get that. Like vanity is such a big thing in America, and I feel like with a lot of um women, especially like white women, there's a jealousy that comes with that. Not all white women, but with a good group of white women, there's a jealousy that comes along with that, as you can see. Like let's put Huda up here and let's put the black girls down here because not only are they black girls, but they're darker skinned black girls who look like somebody said Olandria looks ethereal. Like she looks like a goddess. Like she looks gorgeous. Like the woman is like flawless. Shelly looks like a doll baby. She reminds me of Holly Bailey. Like why don't nobody see that? Like she looks like Holly Bailey to me. Like I don't care what I say. That is her twin. I think like she is so beautiful. So these beautiful women come in. Not only are they beautiful, but they're carrying themselves in a certain manner. They're carrying themselves in a classy manner. They're not coming in here woody woody whoop whoop giving off ghetto. And I called somebody ghetto today. I was like, they ghetto. And my mom was like, don't say that. Like, I feel like ghetto is not always a bad thing. Like, I like me, like when I meet friends and stuff, I like you to have a little bit of ghetto, a little bit of ratchet. I like clatchet. You know what I mean? But they came in there, posture sitting up straight, very well spoken. Alandria, I believe she's very well educated. Olandria, she's a model. I don't know what else her background is, but you see this, and this is not the norm. This is not what we expect. You see a lot of women that are the majority come in and they're the preference. That's what's pushed in media. This is the preference. So when you think you're the preference, when you think you're that girl and you automatically think you're that girl because of your skin tone and because of your hair and your features, and all of a sudden you're not, a lot of people projected. That's why they didn't like Shelly and Olandria. It was a projection. They thought things was gonna go the way that they see in media. When I gotta check the stats, but supposedly black men are more likely to marry a black woman. So when especially in America, like that is something that's a rhetoric that's consistently and constantly pushed, that the black man prefers the like Jeremiah, you could tell he prefers, like he said I like my women foreign, right? As if black women aren't foreign. So when those girls came on the scene and they were the girls, and then some Jeremiah stated that he was attracted to Olandria as well. And somebody in the comments, I stated that because Jeremiah said that. And somebody was like, no, that's not true. He liked foreign girls. He stated that he was attracted to her, and I believe him. Like, and see, this is the thing. Like, these men were drawn to her. So I want to get into the interview. I got a couple videos. Y'all already know I'm gonna pull up some videos as well. But I have a I can't believe that my opinion is unpopular when it comes to this interview. I did not think that this interview was lacking at all. In fact, when they first started the interview, it made me cry. Like, I had, like, my eyes were getting wet, and I was like, don't cry, girl, you doing too much, you doing too much. But the reason why was because I saw this. I'm not gonna cry. I get emotional, but like, no, y'all have to understand. Like, I'm just an emotional person. Like, I can't even talk about Amaya because I be Amaya. Like, I be crying like all the time. But no, for real, like, seeing them, those two ladies, after everything they've been through, and the fact that they got to sit across, I'm gonna try not to cry, but the fact that you get to, you've been through so much and you get to sit across Keke Palmer, and Keke Palmer validated Olandria and Chelley. She validated their feelings. She validated everything that they were feeling, and they, in the power in that interview was she said everything. She said it and they didn't have to say it, because Keke can take it. Keke was already established. Once you're a black woman and you're already established, you can say the things. These women still want to make a name for themselves. They probably still have goals and stuff like that. And we still live in an America where, you know, the majority rules, right? So Keke is established. She has her accolades. She had her moments probably where she couldn't say much, but they had a black woman who was speaking for them. Chelley didn't bring up the knuckle sandwich. Keke did. Keke brought up racism, and they got to sit there and say, like, yes, that really hurt me. That really, like, you can tell on Olandria's face that she's just like, listen, I'm from Alabama. I know she know racism, but the fact that they had to feel it at this maximum is insane. When I can't, all I did was hear about the George Floyd thing. I won't even dare look that up. But like I said, it's envy. Envy will make people do crazy things. They can't stand our beautiful full lips, our beautiful feet. They can't take it. They can't take it. They can't take it. Even Sierra making her post. We'll get on that in a few. Let's just keep talking about the interview. But the microaggressions that they experienced during Love Island. And to know that, then Keke found out that they had reached out to Olandria 3 years prior, for 3 seasons straight. They wanted her. And for Chelley, 2 seasons straight. Um, I was like, I feel like Keke was very intentional with her questions. I again put that she validated them. She showed them so much love, and that's major coming from somebody like Keke Palmer. Sitting across Keke Palmer, this woman with all these accolades, and everybody's like, she kept talking, she kept talking. They definitely talked. But y'all have to understand, Keke understands media. Keke understands business. When you're not on the other side, you don't know how that is. A lot of y'all are not on the other side. You're watching. So for you wanted them to, and y'all have to also remember, they shot this right off of the island. So they haven't even watched everything. So I'm pretty sure we'll get more of the reunion. Girl, the reunion, I'm finna be sad. I'm canceling plans. Don't nobody ask me, unless it's somebody's birthday, don't nobody ask me to do nothing. You hear me? Um, Also, Okay. They talked about the heart rate challenge as well. And Shelly got to show like why she was upset, and that it seemed like she still was a little bit twisted. Like, come on, girl, like really? Um and let's get into some videos. But y'all, this was a great interview. I thought it was great. I think that going along, I want to see Jessie Woo interview them. I just feel like Jessie Woo needs to be the one that interview them next. I would love to see Jessie Woo interview them. I hope that she does. Even if it's after the reunion, whenever. I just really want to see her. I think that she has great interview skills. I think Keke has great interview skills. So I definitely want to see her. And I know that Shelly responded to her in the comments. So I feel like that's coming. And I hope it is, because I will be seated. That's the interview I'm waiting for. I'm praying that happens, because she goes to bat for Black women. And she's been doing that forever, right? Like, she don't play about the Black women's. So I want to play this clip right here. Let me go here. See, I need two screens because
I mean, I know nothing really crazy happened with you guys, but I mean, other than what went down. But how was it trying to develop a relationship? And then, there were some moments where she was mumbling a little things. I mean, it was
I just found out about that.
Yeah, it was.
So I'm just like,
so this is probably backwards. We're just gonna look at these videos. I have some videos saved. So they got into with Clark and Olandria. So here's the thing with Clark. So Shelly stated that Clark will always pray in the mornings and stuff like that. So for me, I'm like, I feel like I owe Clark an apology, because girl, like I felt like you wasn't, you wasn't down with the girls, and so I really don't. Here's how I feel about this segment right here. We gonna play it. I don't know. Y'all probably seen it. If y'all watching this, y'all probably watched the interview.
There was no shade, no.
And there was never really any shade on my side. Even when she pulled me first, I'm like, dang, like she made me look a little childish. Like I don't even have that in me to do that. So I was like, dang, I respect her so much. I'm like, I kind of wish she was a mean girl, because I wanted to kind of, that would have been, yeah. But it's like, she's so nice and so genuine. I was like, you know what? I have no choice but to be nice to this girl. Yeah. So to get out here and to see that she was moving like that with me, like I'm saying, walk by her, she making a face, or is mocking me. I'm like, bro, what? I was never on that with you. That's just weird to me.
Yeah, it seemed like it got competitive because she saw you still have the competition. So
there's that. Yeah. But I'm just saying, because honestly, I truly feel like before I even came into the villa, I already said, like, I feel like my presence intimidate a lot of people, men and women. Mm-hmm. I go through this so much. I could just walk in the room. Oh, I don't like her. I give you a reason to. So I'm finna give you a reason to now. You know what I mean? But it's like, my presence really makes people so uncomfortable. Hello, clap that, and it's natural, baby. No, so no shade to nobody. But because I know they're trying to do this whole comparison thing. Oh, she look better. I'm like, well, I'm natural, so if you don't compare me to the natural thing of that, whoever that is. That's just my thing.
And I
don't
love
like
when
that.
You stand on your business, because you deserve that. Looking how you look, girl, and being how you are. I mean, you're so lovely.
Thank you.
You really are. Where do you?
So they said she was a sweet girl. You know what? I don't know. I need to wait for the reunion. I feel like, and this is okay, y'all gonna probably get on me, but I feel like I want to give Clark a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, because I know the edits is off. So the reason why is because I'm hearing from a lot of the girls that she was a sweetheart. I'm even hearing from Olandria that she was a sweetheart. But it what like, because remember when Olandria walked past her and she was like, "Bird, like bird," like. That's when I'm like, I like this girl, like, especially even out of the villa, I like her, but the looks and the like, girl, please, like, it just was like she was giving girl, give it up, like, girl, give it up, like, girl, like, he want me, not you, like, and it's just like, I don't know, like, that's what she was giving. But I still kind of feel like I don't want to, even though I don't like the looks and the ways that Clark was giving Olandria, I still don't want to give her the villain story, just yet, just because everybody has spoke so highly about her. And is it the edits? Because somebody could catch you in a, but then again, she did say "burr" when Olandria walked past. She was like "burr," like girl. But I think it got competitive. Like here she is walking into the villa. This guy tells you like, I like you, like I really want to be with you. But Taylor, for me, it's all Taylor caused it to me. Like Taylor was dead wrong in my opinion. He was so wrong. And I hated how he came, like how the way he came at Olandria and just like, I choose Clark. And Clark was like, because she knew she was gonna get chosen. Do you guys feel like I don't even wanna I feel like isn't Sailor Black American? If he's Black American, it makes sense because being somebody that's Black American, like the Black American men, they especially down south, they be tending to be colorist. I'm so sorry, they do. So for him to just switch up as soon as Clark came in there, it's weird. She's a beautiful girl, and like I said, I don't want to give her the villain edit just because she is a Black girl. I want to be cautious about that, but I wasn't I wasn't a fan of the burr or the, but then again, I'm like I said, she's coming in. Here she is coming in the villa. And a guy is saying, like, yo, I like you, I'm interested in you. And then you have another girl here who he was prior talking to, who he's saying that you're my focus. Like, I really, so you kind I want somebody to interview Clark and get it from Clark's perspective too. Cause I just don't want to be like, at first I wasn't feeling Clark either, but as people are coming out to talk about Clark, it's not like they're saying really bad things, but those edits that she was given, Def gave villain story. I'm so sorry. Like the bird, the little side eye, the little, like she had said something and she's like it just, and it's like I want to give her the benefit of the doubt so bad as a Black girl, but I just feel like I don't even want to use the term girl's girl, but I need some more. Like, because the edits that she had, it did not make her look good at all. But like I said, to me, I place Taylor as the villain. Like, I don't place Clark as the villain. Like, I place Taylor as the villain because Taylor caused all of that. Like, he came in and just was like, it's Clark. It's Clark. Like, it made it seem as if Olandria was like crazy or something when you was giving her attention, when you was calling her beautiful. And then, like, I feel like production is messy. So I want to wait for the reunion and just wait for maybe even a little bit more of an interview to really see. I don't want to, that's just my opinion. Y'all probably drag me for that, but that's just my opinion. I want to see, just more of what she has to say regarding it, and just more of the edits, or maybe how she felt like she was edited, or how she felt entering the house. So now Coco was definitely, I didn't like the way that she that she conducted herself in the interview, because she definitely, I feel like she ruined, like, I don't want to say her career, but she ruined herself kind of going forward with the brand, because a lot of people were loving her, and she came out and it just was like, what other video I got?
Olandria, darling, you're clocking it. You're clocking it, and I'm seated for all of it, because see how y'all was trying to play her talking about she was thirsty. Baby said never me. Y'all see Olandria? Olandria sees Olandria every day. She ain't got to chase nobody. Okay? Body is T, face caught, never decline. She ain't got to chase nobody. Like she said, if she would have known that Taylor wasn't physically attracted to her, baby, you thought she would have still been trying to get with him? Skirt. No, 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 no. And she also came from production saying how they wasn't showing a lot of stuff that Taylor was doing for her, giving her.
This is what I'm saying. Production. It be the production. Production be being messy.
Or the edit that she was chasing a man who didn't want her.
Mm-hmm.
My girl said, "Oh no, baby." She said a lot of stuff happened in that villa that they didn't show.
He
And
was
I was
calling her
trying to
beautiful
tell
and
y'all that
everything.
earlier when everybody was just like, "Oh, she chasing him, she chasing him." Why would everybody in that villa be just as shocked as she was when he picked Clark? Why? Because
He did it
obviously
so
in my villa
dirty
he was doing what needed to be done, giving what needed to be given
to stay
for her to
there.
think that was her man, her man, her man. And she clocked it. She said, "Production, y'all played with her, and you better clock it again at that reunion." There's a lot more things that need to be addressed at that reunion, but at least we're starting a little early. I like that. I like that. Also, she also clocking y'all coming for her makeup because that face card never declined with makeup on or with
Never.
makeup
That's
off.
the
Clock it,
UK
get it
makeup
together.
look.
Like she said, baby, people play with them features and don't give me the gossiping and being a little messy. But isn't there a specific Islander who paid to get some work done before coming onto the show? And excuse me, baby boy. And I saw them before and after pictures. I said, "Oh my God, is this the same girl?" If you know, you know. Clock it. Clock it. But yeah, clock it, Olandria, because everybody was playing with you and she was trying to be humble. She was trying to be quiet, get herself together. But y'all was running ragged, and my girl had to come let y'all know, don't play with me. Don't play with her. And she clocked y'all's tea. Olandria, keep it up. Keep it up. Please, keep it up, babe.
I know that's right. This is what I'm saying about like I need a little bit more with Clark because I don't know.
What did y'all think about the Huda and Jeremiah thing? Because it had me rolling on the floor when Taylor was like, "Y'all need to stop," because it must have been probably like just a lot. I don't know what it was like for us watching. It was a lot, but what was it like in the house?
No, it definitely took a toll on everybody. Yeah, everyone was tired. Like we're like, yo, we didn't come here for this.
What was the reason for it? You know, what was the reason for the drama of it? Because he did seem to truly like her.
Then he did for sure. But I think it's just like the pace of
He
everything
so
being
much
too
like
fast,
Halle
maybe
Bailey
like
y'all don't
maybe
see
that has
it.
something to do with it.
Yeah, right. Why would Nick do that?
I don't know. He's crazy.
Nick is
I'm
such a character. Mamacita. Like, why was that to a dog? Like what?
I wonder about him sometimes. Right?
No, he's funny.
He is genuinely funny.
A character. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it was just kind of one of those things where it just be turned into a damn twister before you knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did y'all think about the Huda and Jeremiah thing? Because it had me.
Y'all know what I want to know? Remember when Nick said that he was a sperm donor? I wonder how she feels about that. I think a lot of people don't mind that, but I wonder how she feels about that. Would y'all date somebody who was a sperm donor? Remember she sat down and told Nick that she was a mom and he was like, I helped a couple have a baby. 2 babies actually. So we're going to get into this in a few. This is just kind of like an off topic, but like I just want to get into how much like I really love Nick Olandria. Like this is unhealthy. Like this is an unhealthy love for them. Like I love Nick Olandria. I love Chelley. She got him saved under Boo. Okay, let's get into that. The Ace Claw. Where is it?
I don't understand.
There have been multiple seasons. I mean,
literally,
even this season included, where we've seen people cuss people full out.
Exactly, yeah. But let me and her move like that. And what's crazy is that, a lot of the times everybody who's in that villa will tell you that they could always come to us for the best advice, to come vent to us, whatever. We're so level-headed. We're so honest. We're so loving. Like we bring everybody a peace of mind, this and that. So to know how your fellow Islanders feel versus coming to the internet and seeing mean girl, disrespectful, angry, this, that. I'm like, wow, y'all really don't know us.
Subtle microaggressions. Yeah. And it's like, just because I'm saying something sternly, it doesn't mean you need to be afraid of me.
Exactly.
That's rooted in something that's anti-Black. Yeah. And so it becomes an issue because now I don't know how to exist in who I am because I can't take my skin off. That's what's scaring you.
Yeah.
Do you see how she came in to take the fall for our girls? She said it's anti-Black, it's microaggressions. Like she said it. So they didn't have to. She said it all. Keke said it all. Like, I don't get where y'all. I feel like this was a balanced interview. Like, I don't feel like she talked too much. I don't. I really don't.
That's
won't be
all it
sure.
is.
You know
Because
what I
if it
mean?
was somebody else to look like us and acted like whatever, they wouldn't be getting as much backlash at all.
Yeah.
I don't
And what's so
understand.
insane?
Now that I'm no longer stressed out, let's get into it. Shelly is a prime
No longer
example of
stressed
when you're
out.
just that girl, you're that girl.
You're
She didn't have to
that
do much.
girl.
All she had to do was sit pretty, and everything she wanted flowed to her. And that's why they're really mad at her. Let's talk about it, but not too much because
It's
you will get blocked. I'm not
jealousy.
debating with you. This is Amanda facts. Shelly and Olandria got they're not really themselves and they're pretending the entire season. And that's when the hate started brewing. So much so that as soon as they did one little thing, people enlarged that so much because they had nothing on them. They had nothing on them. They couldn't call them ugly. They couldn't call them
Nope.
crash outs. They had nothing on them. The reason
Nothing.
it
The
was so hard for people
jealousy.
to believe that those girls were so chill and composed is because people are not like that. They're like, oh no, like if that was me and this was happening, I would have crashed out. I would have cursed this person out. I would have did exactly what. And that's the problem. You're
Yep.
jealous that they were able to keep their cool and act like fucking adults.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Because really getting into it, people hate them for no reason. It's no longer about a challenge on a show that's no longer that had the finale last week. You know what I mean? It's not about that. They are mad that they didn't get to see Shelly and Alandria break down and cry over America's opinion. They wanted Shelly to be humble so bad when they put her and Ace in last place. And when Shelly said, well, you know what? I don't care because I know my heart.
Jealousy.
People got even madder. Do you know how much of a hating ass bitch you got to be to get mad that people are not mad that you tried to humble them? Do you know? The only thing they had on Alandria was the whole Taylor situation. She was being delusional, as if no woman has ever been delusional behind a man. Like everybody turned into a perfect person, but okay. Then when they didn't have that anymore, well, she's not a girl's girl. Like it was like literally to watch in real time people finding shit to have an issue with was so crazy to me because I was like, what are they gonna come up with next? Like, what are they gonna come up with next? Because completely ignore like I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into that. Let this be a prime example that when you're sure of yourself, you know who you are, you walk through life as if you know who you are, nobody can tell you who you are. That will attract so many evil spirits. They will be so mad at you. So mad at you. They will try everything to rile you up, try everything to make your confidence go down, low self-esteem, like that. And then when you don't feed into it and you're like, okay, I'm still that girl, I'm still that person,
True.
I'm still doing me, they get even madder.
Facts.
They get even madder. And it's been interesting to watch. It's been upsetting to watch, but it's also been very validating because I'm like, yeah, you know what type of people these people are. And I just feel bad for the people who have to be around them in real life because some of y'all are some real life haters who genuinely need help. Now that I'm no longer stressed out, let's get into it. Shelly's
That's
a prime
it right
example of when you're
there.
just that girl, you're that girl. She didn't have to do much. All she had to do was sit pretty, and everything she wanted.
That's what it is. It's the hater in them, and they might act it up, believe they could back it up. Haters. I think the Bible say jealousy is cruel. Abs- you know, you know what? Not to get biblical, but you know what got the devil kicked out of heaven? Jealousy. That's why my previous video where I told y'all like we as people, all of us have to work on ourselves because you will then begin to really project everything that you're feeling about yourself. You begin to project it online. Wherever you can project it, you're going to project it. Your insecurities, everything. That's why people get so much hate online because of projection. You're mad at yourself. And people don't know how to take inventory of themselves. Like if you haven't been to therapy, you don't know how to sit with yourself and say, I'm the issue. How can I solve it? Or am I the issue? Telling you.
Child Sierra done posted
Wait, do I have any other before
Well,
we
that
get into
podcast was
Sierra?
underwhelming to say the least. I don't know what was worse, the general lineup of the questions being so disorganized and just all over the place, or the fact that Keke
I felt like it
consistently cut off
flowed.
and spoke over both Shelly and Alandria to the point where I feel like I didn't learn anything new. I didn't really get to hear their thoughts on any of the questions that were asked because Keke was giving her opinion and waiting on them to respond to that and then moving on before they could even complete a thought. Yeah, that was very severely underwhelming. Well, that podcast was underwhelming to say the least. I don't know what was worse, the general lineup of the
Mm, yeah, I'm not. And it's y'all, it's so many videos where everybody feel like this. I have to say I disagree with y'all. Like, you, they don't know. Like I said in the beginning of the video, they now that with this exposure, Olandria, come on, Nyx, where you at? Nyx, where you at with the collab? Because at this point, like, sis needs a collab. I don't think people don't get it. Like, you don't get it because you're not in that industry, so you don't get it. You can't just there's some people who can come out and just say whatever. But there's a lot of people who can't. Keke Palmer took the like I don't know why y'all don't understand. Like I'm not understanding why y'all don't understand that. Like I'm not getting it. And then y'all also have to remember they went on that right after the villa. So they're experiencing so much. Y'all don't know how it feels. I don't even know how it feels. I've been doing content for a long time, but I've never been dragged online. I've been dragged in the comments. And let me tell you, it's like hundreds of people just saying hateful or mean things. Like that's not normal. Like y'all don't understand. Like that's not a normal thing. Like this internet stuff. Somebody said this internet stuff is like a new thing, and I agree. Like that's not normal. We're not supposed to experience that in our day-to-day lives. Like that's a lot on a human being. That interview was great. And somebody said this in their video. I think I have it here. Y'all didn't like the interview because it wasn't messy enough for y'all. Y'all wanted it to be messy. Y'all wanted them to go. And I mean, for me, I wanted them to just like I don't know if they had seen the Huda interview, but I wanted them to just kind of be like, yeah, I feel like if had I I feel you can, as a black woman living in America, you can't say, yeah, Huda got a bad edit. You can't, I mean, Huda got the best edit. You can't say that because you're going to be crucified for that. But what you can do is do exactly what she did, play the victim. When they hear about how Huda, like how she mentioned Chelley in her interview, and Chelley she don't have to cry if she don't want to, but baby, push them tears. Do what they do exactly you know it just really hurts me. Like I thought that you were my friend. You told me all these things, like, and this is true. You told like you acted like you really cared about me, and I thought you cared about me, and then you get online and you act this way, and you say these things about me. Like how can you do that and say that you're my friend, say that you care about me when I'm one of your closest friends, that I looked out for you? What about the times that I looked out for you? Like, don't you care about, like, you got to do that. Unfortunately, once you get the Keke status, you could talk a little more. It just depends on like who you want to be. You might be the girl you don't care, so you're gonna say, "Yup, Huda got da da da." You're gonna take the backlash and be like, "I'm gonna say what I want to say when I want to say it." But you can't do that if you're trying to put yourself in a position. Come on, y'all gotta get that. But I feel like a lot of people they don't understand.
Child Sierra done posted.
Now that I'm no longer stressed.
I'm going back up.
well that
Keke Palmer's interview showed us that Love Island reached out to Chelley for 2 years and Olandria for 3 years to come on their show. And it just proves what we knew since the jump. That they were like, that girls didn't need to do too much.
Nope.
They don't chase, they attract, and that's what we needed to see. Keke Palmer's
That's all we
interview showed
need.
us that.
And that's all we needed.
So a lot of people are saying like it's a calm interview. It's a calm interview. That's the problem. As harsh as the hate was when the girls had to come out the villa and they were slammed with all that shit, I feel like this interview should have been a slammed right back for everybody. I don't feel like they should have came back calm because of what they had to endure, which is kind of why. And when I say calm, I don't even mean they should have came back aggressive, yelling and stuff. No, no, no. I mean that like this should have been an interview that is just spoke volumes, that just really showed what it means to be black in America. But for their experience, I wanted to hear their upbringing. I wanted to hear why they act the way they act. I wanted to hear why they express themselves the way that they express themselves, not just the show.
So a lot of people are
I feel like, yeah, I don't agree. I feel like this, I just feel like it was good. Like, I feel like it was a good, I really feel like it was a good interview. I really feel like it was good, y'all. Like, I do. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it was good. Like, I feel like they're fresh out the villa. It's just a brief interview. It's kind of the same because they didn't get deep with the people when they that interviewed them right out the villa. Like, let it marinate a little bit. A lot of stuff they haven't seen. We'll let give them like I don't know. I just feel like I felt like the interview was great. Like I really did. Like the beginning made me cry. Like I don't think that like I said, yeah, same answer that I said before. I don't know. I felt like they gave what needed to be given. Like I genuinely feel like that. I really thought it was good. It was entertaining.
I just watched Keke's interview with Olandria and Chelley, and I have some thoughts. First being, I hate that she did this interview so early. Like, it was the first interview that Olandria did, which means it was as soon as she got back into the US. And so much has happened since then. People have been kind of shading Keke and saying that she doesn't believe in Nick Olandria, but I feel like a lot of people were a little on the fence about it as soon as they came out of the villa because it felt like they were trying to play a game. Anybody that's a Nick Olandria stan like I am knows that that's not true, but some people were on the fence about it until they got back together and like in real life were hanging out, posting together on lives together. Like I felt like you could just really tell that they really liked each other, especially after the interviews that they did. But Keke's interview was before all of that. So she didn't see any of that, which I feel like maybe that had like played a reason into why she didn't really believe it the way that we did. But like, how do you miss all of those little signs that happened throughout the season that showed that Nick
I
really
missed
liked
it. I ain't gonna lie.
Olandria? Like, I don't know how you missed that, but that's besides the point. It's very obvious that the relationship is real, and I hope Keke sees that now. I also really hated that like they had such PR answers, but I'm also like, these women probably aren't PR trained. They're just Black women. Because when you're a Black woman, you have to watch what you say and how you say it because people will nitpick you and
Yeah,
tear every word that you say
that's what I'm
apart
saying.
and turn you into a bully the way that they did this entire season. And I hated that it felt like they couldn't say what they really wanted to say because they were scared of how that would be perceived by the public. But I could just tell that they were just holding back on a lot of things that they wanted to say. Even at the end, they did this little game where like you answered the question. If you couldn't answer the question, you would pass it to a different islander and call them and get them to answer. And Chelley had the question about who do you think got a better edit than they
I don't
deserved?
even think
And
they
she was
sat
like,
down and
I
watched
know she
the
wanted to say Huda.
show
Like we all wanted her to say Huda. But at that time, she was on good terms with Huda because Huda hadn't had their Call Her Daddy interview where she basically made Chelley seem like she was a bully. So Chelley was still trying to be nice, passed the question on to Ace, and then Ace gave his own little PR answer, not answering who he thought would be, or had the better edit. And I'm like, oh my God, I hate that Black people have to do this. They literally can't be themselves, say what they want to say, because if they did, they're going to be made out to be a bully, and they're not. But I honestly think if Keke would have waited a week and let all those interviews come out and then did her interview, this interview would have went way different. It would have been much more interesting to listen to. But yeah, I was happy to see them together. Like,
I just feel like it was good. It was what we needed straight out the villa. Like she addressed the racism. Like I don't know. I think there's a part of me that kind of feels like I don't like the fact that this interview is being pulled apart so much. because I feel like it was good. It was what let the interview marinate. Keke got her interview. It was first fresh out the villa. I think she addressed racism. She addressed, like, she validated the girls. Like, that's what they needed to hear. They needed to be uplifted by somebody like Keke Palmer. Like, I don't know. I thought it was good. I thought it was I really thought it was perfect. I enjoyed it. My eyes welded up in the beginning of it. I guess, like, it's a lot of people that's not feeling it. A lot of people not feeling it. All right, what's my next video?
Chelley confirmed something for me in the Keke Palmer interview, and it was the fact that she felt a little off about Huda's apology in the Stand on Business Challenge. And it was the fact that it was a conditional apology. She was apologizing, but there was an and. She was apologizing, but there was a but.
Yeah.
She was apologizing, but there was an if. You know what I'm saying? And we don't really.
Okay.
And that's
preacher.
what discounts an apology.
She's
that's what you're trying to explain.
But
You're sorry, but if this didn't happen, I wouldn't have done it. You know what I mean? Then you're not really sorry. You just want to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. I don't know. It just felt weird that she was like, "Oh, I sat on your man's face, and I see that what I did was a problem." However, this is why.
And that was too much. That was too much. Cause at first, like, okay, y'all, when I first watched it, I was like, wait, why? Like, why is she upset? Like, I was like, I thought everybody kissing everybody down it. But then I was like, hold up. Didn't when Jeremiah, couldn't nobody touch Jeremiah? Couldn't nobody kiss Jeremiah? I wanted somebody to just come and shake it up so bad. And just, when Iris came and didn't care, see, it's going to take Iris to come out. And Iris stated that Huda was mean to her. It's going to take Iris, because sometimes it got to take, they say that all the time, if you want to stop racism, it's going to have to be the white people that stick up for racism. It's going to be Iris that comes out and say, she treated me wrong. She did this to me, and this to me. Huda going to be crying and walking off the stage for this reunion. I really want the reunion to bring it. I need the reunion to be like 2 parts, 2 hours a piece. Like, I need it at the reunion. I'm not gonna lie. The reunion is where things need to be brought. Okay. At the reunion. After the reunion, we could talk about some things, get into something. But Chelley and Olandria are gonna definitely have longevity. And I don't know how they would feel about going on Love Island, anything having to do with Love Island or after the villa or anything. I don't know how they would feel about that. But they're definitely stars. They're definitely stars.
I'm gonna be truthful when I say this, and I don't give a fuck. I think the reason why y'all are not fucking with the Keke Palmer, Olandria and Chelley's podcast is because it's not messy.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's classy. Because it's elegant. Because it's not what can I say? Like, it's not disrespectful. It's not demeaning. Like, they're literally asking questions about their experience, not other people's experience, whether or not their relationship is real or this relationship is real. They're actually trying to get to know who Olandria, Chelley, who Olandria and Nick is, who Chelley and Ace is. Like, who is Chelley? Who is Olandria? Like, that's exactly what that podcast gave. So for you to be like, oh, well, I feel like the podcast was boring. Like, they wasn't asking a lot of questions. They was asking so much questions about Taylor. Exactly. You have to realize that Taylor was a big part of Olandria's story in the villa. For what? How many episodes? To like 26 till they went to Casa? That's a long time. Like, so yes, they're gonna ask questions about Taylor because Taylor and Olandria had a big part in that villa. They're gonna talk about the episodes of the heart race because at the end of the day, it is Chelley's experience. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And even the way Chelley answered the question was very much classy. Like, you're my friend. Why didn't you think about me? Still not understanding, which I don't understand for what she meant by that. You're my friend. Why didn't you think about me? Why out of all men that y'all had, you decided to on my face? Like,
no, for real.
It's just not understood. I just can't. Breathe.
I just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like y'all not fucking with the podcast, because it's not messy. And you wanted them to be messy. You wanted to find something to drag them down. Even with the whole situation with Huda, they
They
still
would have
gave the girl
reposted it.
grace. They talked about being black in America. They talk about being black on reality TV, how we are portrayed. I don't understand how y'all didn't like it. I liked it. It felt good. It was very interesting watching black women embody who they are and watching black women uplift each other. The way Keke was speaking life into them, saying, you know what?
Thank you.
You carried yourselves perfectly. The way that they said, the
They
way that
didn't want
Chelley
to
was like, do you want to go
cry.
first, Olandria? The way that Olandria was like, no, Chelley had every right to be angry. Even Huda herself said she did too much. So it's just like, y'all wanted them to be this mean girl that y'all have portrayed in y'all head. And because they proved y'all wrong time again and again and again to show that they're not mean and they're literally sweet
Chelley
human beings,
so
sweet girls
grateful.
who just have fucking feelings, y'all hate that. Y'all hate it. That's all I got out of it. Y'all wanted them to be like disgusting. But because they weren't, oh, this podcast is boring. No, bitch. Y'all are boring. Y'all are weird. Like, not everything has to be like bad baddies. Not everything has to be drama filled like things. I can correct my friend without having to come at her crazy. You know what I'm saying? I could correct somebody without having to be disrespectful. I could talk about my experience without having to bring somebody else's experience down. I can talk about what I went through without having to interject another person in my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can have those type of conversations without having to have anybody else's opinion matter, because my opinion and my experience outweighs what everybody else has to think. Like, come on now.
Period. You know what? Shout out to this beautiful black queen.
I watched the Olandria.
I know my sis, but I know my sis about to say what needs to be said. Love her. She could dress her behind off. Yes, I know she gonna say what needs to be said.
And Chelley interview with Keke Palmer and have a few things to say.
Go ahead, sis.
I don't fully know if people understand that it is physically, mentally, and financially dangerous for Black women to be anything but neutral publicly, to be anything but complimentary, especially to non-Black public figures or like people that folks perceive are like their friends, are in the right. The moment they publicly critique those people, violence ensues towards them.
Mm-hmm.
And because we want them as Black women to be able to monetize on their visibility, it doesn't do them any good by speaking negatively on people that are beloved. I know y'all want them to keep it real and say what's on their mind. They don't have the luxury of doing that. Literally, their visibility takes away their agency in this moment. It does. They can speak up and be blacklisted by brands. They can speak up and not have financial opportunities. They can speak up and not appear to be mainstream in the name of speaking up about something that is like a parasocial relationship for us or y'all, right? Like, but they're not obligated to put their financial and mental and physical health on the line just in the name of saying what we think is on their mind. They really don't have to do that. We can do that for them. It's no shade. Now, obviously, there is a way to push back and say things and be vocal, but a lot of brands and people who hold your like financial stability in their hands, they can really figure out ways to pigeonhole people. This is what this industry is. It is always a tightrope for marginalized people who are visible now, right? That's what it is. And so they will now have to figure out, they will have to pick and choose what they say. There will be moments where they have to speak out for their own brand, for their own sanity. This is really like a nothing burger. Like they don't have to drag this on, especially in this like very volatile climate that we find ourselves in. Like Give them a little grace. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to be Girl Scouts so they can stay around a little bit longer. I watched the Olandria and Chelley interview with Keke Palmer and have a
This why I love her. I love her so much because she just always be like the girls is getting on my nerve. Like, let me tell the girls, let me give it to the girls. Like, the girls is getting on my nerves. Like, let me sit you down and explain. Like, let me sit you here and explain. Like, y'all don't get that. Like, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Like, we don't know what they have so much at their hands right now. Like, come out and, this hurt my feelings, come out and cry. That's how you do it. You know what I mean? Come on, Olandria's, listen, Nyx, you better hop on that. Nyx is already on it. They already in the comments and everything. The brand deals is printing. Do you know how much they probably gonna get paid? I know that's right. Don't let nobody stop your bag. We'll say it for you. We'll say what it is for you. That's what we all for. I made a thread, and I said I just loved how we all came together to support them, and we all came together to really uplift them because they needed that. They needed to come out. I'm just going to cry just thinking about it. Imagine coming out and seeing something like George Floyd, your head on George, how hurtful that can be. And to see your Black people come together in community and ride for you. Ride for you. Okay? Ride. I know that, listen, I know none of us mean harm. I know we want them to give it to them. Cuz of course I did. I literally said I made a thing. Here, let me pull up my thing of what I said. I made a post on TikTok, and I literally said, I'm so proud of the way that the cast held themselves together.
Way that everybody
I said that. Let me put it up here.
who was Black carried herself was absolutely excellent. Chris, with the whole Huda situation, he was respectful. Way that everybody who was Black carried herself was absolutely excellent. Chris, with the whole Huda situation, he was respectful. I feel like Chris really wanted to crash out, but he was like, I'm on TV. He seems very intelligent and understands how he will be perceived by the public, that he's a man, that he's a big man, that he's a Black man. Like, he seems to understand that. Olandria, the way that she was sitting with her posture, the way that she was so kind with her words, and y'all had the nerve to call this girl a mean girl. Chelley, who was so sweet, like, and only got an attitude maybe like once. Like, I really love the way that they all carry themselves, but I also kind of hate the fact that we can't go off, like, because there's so many times where it was deserved. I'm so sorry. Chris deserved to have his moment, and I kind of was waiting for him to just have a moment. Like, listen, I said what I said, but he handled Huda so sweetly, so kindly, and I think honestly, Chris deserved a mini crash out. Jeremiah deserved a mini crash out on Huda. Like, the way that she called him a bitch multiple times. The way that Jeremiah just held himself,
Held
like the
himself so
Black
well.
cast. Even when it came to Ace and Amaya having their argument, and Ace still held his composure. Like, the Black people, they know how the world would perceive them.
Yeah.
So they made sure they didn't say the wrong thing. That's just a natural thing as a Black person. But it's so many people who was valid on their crash out. Jeremiah, after being called a B multiple times. And I'm so sorry, but I just wanted, like,
I wanted Chris to just give me a little something more. I don't know why, because I just felt like she deserved it. She was just so nasty and mean to him. You mean to tell me you have 3 seconds to give me attention? I'm not going to talk to you for the rest. That is disgusting behavior, and it's manipulative. And if she was a man, if she was a black man, if that was Chris would be canceled. The only thing I have to say about Huda is it did make the season interesting. We got us a show, but her having a redemption for what she did not change. And if anybody knows anybody, or if you ever been like around anybody like Huda, you know that energy is super draining. Way that ever. Yep. The only thing Huda gave was what? Entertainment. Everybody wanted to see what was the girl who was crazy up there gonna do next. Crazy. But y'all, let's talk about Sierra. And then yeah. Where am I? Hold up, y'all, because I have this saved. Let me pull it up. The Sierra video.
Child Sierra done posted on Instagram talking about something. You look happier. Thanks. I booked a flight to Mykonos after surviving the villain edit on reality TV, and I didn't end up with the guy who never actually liked me and wanted my friend the entire time. Sierra girl. What
girl?
I beg of you. What villain edit? Because I would argue that you actually had
you had an amazing edit.
And before your ass was booted from the villa for some real life shit, you were booted for some shit that didn't even happen in the villa. You was booted for some real life shit. You were quite likable. You came off as very
like you literally Sierra, babe. I liked Sierra when Sierra came out. I said, okay, I like Sierra. I kind of, now that I was sitting there, I did have a thought to say, like, I was like, I don't think Nick likes Sierra. Like, I had that thought. I was like, I don't think Nick likes her. Like, I really sat there with that thought.
Poised. You carried yourself very well.
People did.
Actually liked you. The only reason people actually started side-eyeing Sierra is when she kept giving that BS ass excuse for why she sent Hannah home, or why the girls decided to send Hannah home, and it seemed very what's the word? Dumb as fuck. Right? It didn't make any sense. But it wasn't solely her decision. So even that, people didn't really focus. Real life shit affected her time in the villa, and she was removed. So what villain edit? What villain edit? We're not going to victimize ourselves, baby girl. Huda 2.0. You didn't get a villain edit. Period. Anyways, as far as I didn't end up with the guy who never actually liked me and wanted my friend the entire time. It's Love Island, babe. It's Love Island, babe. It's not the real world, right? Like, aren't you supposed to want other people? Aren't you supposed to connect with other people? Like, he's allowed to actually want.
I gotta say this. Y'all just met these people like 3 weeks ago. I'm so sorry. This is Love Island. This is an experiment. Y'all acting like them people. Y'all just met them people 3 weeks ago. Like, I appreciate the fact that y'all, made bonds and stuff like that. And that's great because you are with these people like 24/7. So you're with these people a long amount of time than average people would be when you just meet somebody. But y'all need to relax with that, because y'all knew when y'all came up here that this was an experiment. So you knew that this was an experiment. So Sierra getting up here online like, yeah, you stole my man. The only reason why you feel the way that you feel is because you slept with Nick and you shouldn't have did that. And now you got a bond with him. Like, that's what happens. That's why girls, like, you should have kept it P and kept the P. Okay? Like, you went too far. And Nick, to me, like, we already knew Nick. Somebody said Nick and Sierra, it never was going to be you. And they're saying that you already is friends with somebody that was on a previous episode of Love Island. That's what they're saying. I don't know. I haven't looked into that for myself. They were saying that you already kind of had everything for you. Now, had you not even said this, you probably could have came out on top. You should have let everything rest. But now, here's what I'm saying. What did I say, y'all, in the beginning of the video? The jealousy is showing. You're jealous that Nick and Olandria are now together, because you didn't think that Nick would want Olandria. You didn't think that anybody was your competition when it came to Nick. You didn't feel that way. And I literally said to myself, I'm so sorry, y'all. I didn't catch Nick and Olandria until they both got eliminated and met with each other. That was the first time I seen it. But they was meant to be. They was literally meant to be. You coming out like, I don't know. I just feel like this is a dig at Olandria. Like maybe it's a dig at Nick, but it's just like, girl. And then did you peep on the Keke interview how Chelley said, yeah, Sierra did reach out to me, but she didn't reach out to Olandria because she mad. I would love to see her on a reunion, but I don't think they're gonna invite her, and they shouldn't, because you said a derogatory
you
term.
and want Olandria. Remember how he like wanted Baldasha and then you came in and then he wanted you? Yeah, that's kind of the name of the game. I know some people felt like he didn't really like Sierra. I never got that. I got the sense that he actually really did like her. We all know he secretly had something for Olandria. I don't know if it was him being nervous or them being nervous with each other that they didn't go for it, but we all seen that. But I believed he really did like Sierra. It's just you got removed from the experiment and he stopped exploring with you. Like what you did was awful. And if somebody doesn't want to fuck with you because of it, you got to take accountability. Remember that whole post about how this is like an accountability post? Like, don't woe is me now. Like you didn't end up with the guy because you got removed for some shit, for doing some trifling ass shit. And so you guys couldn't continue your connection. He doesn't support that. So he can.
Now that I'm no longer.
Child, Sierra done posted on. I know some people felt like he didn't really like Sierra. I never got that. I got the sense that he actually really did like her. We all know he secretly had something for Olandria. I don't know if it was him being nervous or them being nervous with each other that they didn't go for it. But we all seen that. But I believed he really did like Sierra. It's just you got removed from the experiment and he stopped exploring with you. Like what you did was awful. And if somebody doesn't want to fuck with you because of it, you got to take accountability. Remember that whole
she shouldn't even be posting right now.
Like
she should be taking
accountability post. Like, don't woe is me now. Like you didn't end up with the guy because you got removed for some shit, for doing some trifling ass shit, and so you guys couldn't continue your connection. He doesn't support that, so he can continue his experience elsewhere. His experience wasn't fully about you, boo. But you know what? At least she's keeping it real. At least she's keeping it real with how she really feels. Because that PR statement that she gave last time, y'all remember how she tried to come on the internet like, it's two people that I deeply love both of them and I want nothing but the best for both of them. Yeah, bitch, that was some fake ass shit. At least this is real. Tell us how you really feel. I personally think that Sierra should just stop.
Call him up and tell him why you mad.
Like she gained some of them followers back that she lost. She's at like 830K. She was down for like 6 something. And I think she should just stop posting about the show. Like post your trip in Mykonos, post you living your best life. Don't talk about the show, girl. At the end of the day, that wasn't your friend. You've known each other for a few weeks, and that wasn't your man because y'all knew each other for a few weeks. And at the end of the day, Olandria deserved love. She deserved a love story just as you did. She just got hers once you exited the villa because that's when the stars aligned for her and Nick. And obviously, the two of them are doing great post-villa. So all the doubters that thought it wasn't going to work or that it wasn't real, we'll see at the reunion if they're still together, but it seems like they are doing amazing. They just didn't get the same amount of time that Sierra and Nick got, and that's okay. They're getting their time together outside the villa, and I love that for them. Honestly, I love Nick Olandria, but I was one that wasn't convinced of Nick's intentions. But seeing how they are post-villa, I'm completely convinced because there's no prize now, right? Like there's no reason to stay in it if you had like an ulterior motive. So I'm here for it. Sierra, go live your best life in Greece and just stop talking about the show. Stop talking about Nick. That ain't your man. Stop talking about them being together. It is what it is. You got to move on, babe. You got to move on, babe. And you didn't get a villain at it. I don't know what my accent came out. My British accent. Child, Sierra.
Girl, you ain't no girl. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Not tonight. Don't be mad. Don't be mad, boo. Don't be mad. Y'all, I want to talk before we leave. Wait, let me make sure my camera is I want to talk about this whole Nicolandria. First of all, the men have their panties in a bunch, okay? The men have their panties in a bunch, okay? And I feel like there's a lot of men who's like, Nick doesn't like her. Y'all have to realize, like, they kind of just got together 2 weeks, so this is something that's really new. Usually I'll like be like, okay, men are tall, men, but I feel like it's because Nick is white, and I seen a lot some men comment and say things like, oh, it's the black women. The black women want us to be jealous of, and they want us to they're rooting for Nicolandria because they want us to be jealous. Like this is what the men are saying. Like they want us to be jealous. And it's like, no, we're just really rooting for them. We see love. We see how he's treating her. And I like the dynamic of, you have this white guy who was privileged, looks like he grew up in LA. I'm looking at Nick's IG. Hold up, I want to stop the screen and add another one. But I'm looking at Nick's IG and I'm just like, he was just living his best life like prior to the villa. Like if you wait, let me make myself a little smaller. Like I'm looking at Nick's IG and I'm just like, he's a model. Like, oh, look at this. Like I love this dynamic. The dynamic is everything. Look how handsome he is. The dynamic you don't understand, okay? And I feel like, is there a little jealousy with the black men? Like, is it? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, we have a few, not a lot of like black men, but the straight black men who are kind of given Nicolandria hate. Look at this young, beautiful man. Like this beautiful chocolate girl from Alabama. Like, oh my God, like a guest model. Like, it's just, it gives like Bridgerton. Okay. Like, it gives Bridgerton. Like, like you have the princess from Alabama and he's the king and he's like looking for his wife. Like, how you have like princesses from like different places and stuff, and like he's the king from where he's at or whatever, because you marry the princess, usually like the princess of wherever that is usually marries like the king and it becomes the queen. You guys watch like Bridgerton and all those shows. Like that's just what it's given. Like it's given, or maybe the prince. He would be the prince, right? Maybe the prince, because I think the king has to be married, right, y'all? But whatever. So you have this young prince and this princess. Like that's the obsession. Like two different worlds colliding. Like totally not her type, but like she didn't even think. She's like, a guy like Nick, would he like me? Would he come up to me? Like, we just need more of this. Like, Nick probably went to private school. Like, it's just such a beautiful thing. Like, and let me tell you something about Nick. Nick don't play about Olandria, okay? Nick don't play at all about Olandria, okay? And then he's just so freeing. And like he's the type, Okay, because we got to get into these. This, I hope that, and some other girls said this too, and I don't know where the thing is, but Nick Olandria is giving the girls. I got to turn this off because I think this is like music with it. Is giving the girls openness. Don't be so closed off to who you think your type is, because you can really be missing out. I think Nick and Olandria both were not sure. You know, like, hey, I'm an Alabama girl. You know, has he ever dated a black girl? You know, that thing, like, that's the beautiful part of it. Like, it just gives that, like, did you guys, I just love a love story with the, you know, it's just like, you got this guy, like this, he's just from a whole like, this is the love, like, nobody's trying to dish y'all. We're just so infatuated with two different worlds colliding. And the black woman and white man dynamic is just a beautiful dynamic. And I thought, as I seen Nick Olandria, I thought about all the white men who have been so kind to me. Like, I thought about all the white men who have opened the door for me. Like, for me, I remember, y'all, let me tell you, I'm rambling, but whatever, flow with me. I remember one day, I feel like God gave me a lesson. I was like, I don't want to like date out of my race. Like, I really want a black guy. I really want to be with a black man. And this guy came to him, and his son came to fix. His son like is younger, not that much younger than me, I don't think, but his son was so handsome, and he there was something wrong with my car. This man got on the ground, okay? Got on the ground to figure out what was wrong with my car, him and his dad. And I'm like, I could do this. Like, the right white man, like, let this black women, open your horizons. This is what Nick Olandria is teaching you. Open your horizons, open your mind, let God allow you to see something beyond color. This is beyond color. And I love the dynamic. Like, somebody said Nick is gonna use his like white privilege. Like, no, but seriously, that's the thing. Like, Nick gives me, I know he won't play about Olandria. Okay, Olandria is not gonna have to say nothing. Okay. He's in, don't speak to my wife like that. I'm so delusional. I'm getting delusional like the other girls. Don't talk to my wife like that. I don't want to force them. Even if it doesn't work out, we love this. I love the way he just crumbles. It's just something so beautiful. See, and then, oh, and let me say this as well. So there was another guy who posted, I don't know where the video is, y'all. I'm just, you know. And he basically said, you know, why? Oh, what's his name from the other show? AD's ex. Oh, why is it when we date white women, y'all have an issue? Because we don't diss y'all. We don't diss y'all. We don't say, oh, we prefer we prefer white men. We don't diss y'all. We give y'all love. But enough of that. Let this be your sign to be open to other races. That is something that I like about, although Love Island has definitely, you know, got a bad, you know, rep. Let this be your sign to be open to men of other races. You can be missing out on your husband. Like, let that white man take you out. Let that Asian man take you out. Like, and look how tall he is. Like, out in the villa, look at that. Girl, she got her a fine man. We all wanted to work so bad. If it worked, it worked. But we know we had a good ride. And I hope that the ladies are learning that from this. Be open. Be open. You may find the love of your life in a man of a different ethnicity, a different race. And like, as far as like, I don't typically attract men of other races except for Hispanic men, who some of them, they do look white. But I don't even mind. Like, before I used to be like, oh, I only want, like, if they're Hispanic, I want them to be like maybe Dominican. I still want them to be black. Girl, I'm done with all that. Okay. Olandria has taught me I am done. Okay. I don't care where you come from, as long as you're not racist. Like, I don't care if you're Mexican. Like, I don't care. Okay. I live in a really predominantly Hispanic neighborhood, so, but I don't care. Okay. Okay. Be open, ask the Lord to make you wise, but please don't miss out on your man, ladies, because of race. Look, like, this is beautiful. And the men said we're getting back at them. Girl, bye. I know, I don't know so many, but I know a lot of the black woman and white man is a great dynamic. It's a great power dynamic because it balances out. You have the black woman who is, at the bottom, and then you have the white man who is, here. So I just hope that this, makes y'all open, because that's what I love about Olandria. Like, I love the fact that it's just it's I think it's open. It's bigger than a lot of people, and then our obsession and our delusion. It's like, you know what, black women, you can. You absolutely can. You can date outside your race. You can absolutely date outside your race. Get comfortable in it, because your man may not be a black man, and that is okay. That is okay, sis. It's okay. And with that being said, if you are like, listen, if you a girl and you just love to have good conversation and good vibes and laughs, because I love to laugh my behind off, make sure you subscribe and give this video a like. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.